episode of Voices of the Coast, and I am with the absolute legend. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm just your friendly bushman.
And what do you do here?
I came down in just this year to work with farmers around productive farming, biodiversity and water quality. So I support them with forming catchment groups and just support them with typically our farmers,
Yep.
cash poor, time poor, and so I just fill that gap.
Staring right at the sun.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Do you want us to move over?
Yeah, no, you're all good. So one of your favourite memories that you had out in the bush?
One of my favourite West Coast memories about being out in the bush was down in the Arawhata.
Yeah.
Right down in southwestland. Roimata, I'd met Roimata, my wife, the year before. We'd come down, we'd driven down from the North Island, we got to the Arohura, we got out at the bridge. Roimata has shares in Mawhira Incorporated, so we get out at the bridge, we go for a walk on the river, and I literally step over this piece of pounamu. Didn't see it.
Yeah.
Roimata walking behind me goes, "Oi, come back, here's a piece of pounamu." She found this massive chunk of pounamu right there near the bridge.
Yeah.
I'd stepped exactly over the top of it, didn't see it. We picked that up and we knew that was a good start of the trip.
Yeah.
Carried on down to the Arawhata, helicoptered up into the hills there, and we went raw hunting down there. Just a beautiful trip. We had everything from hailstorms to beautiful sunshine, and it was that's what I love about the West Coast. It's so changeable.
You get 4 seasons in one day, eh? It's pretty much the same all over Aotearoa though, but yeah, I've definitely noticed it since I've moved here. You know, when we do get that rain, it comes
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's done with, and then it just
and then you get days like this. Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever misidentified anything while you're out foraging?
Yeah, 100%. I've misidentified 2 plants spring to mind.
Yeah.
Back when I was a young fella, first learning about piko.
Yeah.
In the early days I got confused between bracken and moku a lot, and so I'd pick the bracken and it's just horrible.
Yeah.
And it's really bad for you as well, and you can taste that in the flavour. So I'd try, that's no good, and so that way I got to identify the leaves really well.
Yeah.
And the other one is called wawau, our hound's tongue fern.
Right.
There's actually a fern that grows here on the West Coast that's leaf looks really similar.
Yeah.
And even as an adult, I've got caught out by that one.
Yeah.
And tried, and it's just yuck.
Yeah. What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten in the bush?
Grossest thing I've ever eaten in the bush. Back in the day when we first started off in the bush, we obviously fridges in the bush.
Yeah.
It was real common just to hang your deer up and eat from it for weeks.
Yeah.
So we'd hang deer up, and a week or two in they'd start to go a little green on the outside. And so they go green on the outside, and the old guys would be like, "This is what you do." So you cut the green bits off the meat and wait and find the red bits on the inside, and then you rub horapito or pepperwood into it because it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it kills all the bacteria in the meat. So use it as a proper rub.
Yeah.
And I thought they're making pepper steaks because it tastes real peppery.
Yeah.
But no, they're trying to kill all the bad stuff in the meat. And then you cut the inside red meat out and you use that for your stew. So yeah, so that was pretty gross. And sometimes it make you real sick.
Yeah, I bet
but
it does.
it's just was part and parcel of living in the bush at that time. And we also learnt how to be better hunters, because way better to have fresh meat than old meat, eh?
Yeah. With the world being obviously so dependent online nowadays, you're out here with your tamariki. And one of the biggest issues, like a lot of parenting is right now, is getting the kids outdoors and trying to get them away from the screens. Do you have any sort of advice of how to help push the kids to get out more and enjoy the outdoors?
Geez, screens is a really interesting one, eh? So we don't have a TV at home, and the content they do watch is really curated content from our worldview. So we definitely make sure that if they are watching a screen in some way, that it is outdoor content or it's content from a te ao Māori perspective, or because that's just how our whanau operates. But I'm a big fan of micro adventures, eh? I know that the adventures I want to have aren't necessarily the adventures my kids want to have. So we literally take the quad somewhere, go for a little cruise on the quad, park up and just play. Whereas sometimes when I'm not in the best space of being me, I want to get on the mission and do a big mission. Yeah.
You do a lot of school talks and stuff too, so you're obviously pretty good at motivating.
I don't know if I'm good at motivating kids. I just like bring the energy and we do real mischief things. I think kids like to do mischief things.
Yeah.
So if they feel like they're on the edge of being a little bit cheeky and naughty, if I can keep the adventures in that cheeky and naughty space, then I think our kids enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we do a lot of running away from waves, or like when we're in the bush, we're constantly trying to. I play games with our kids about writing tohu, like writing signs on the ground. So they'll go ahead of me on the track and then write signs on the ground with leaves or sticks and things like that. And then I've got to find them. So it's like a hide and seek.
Yeah,
that's cool. I think
cool.
like just
making it fun.
We play a lot of games.
What was the best advice you've ever been given?
The best advice. This too shall pass.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
Best advice.
Yeah.
I think my mum gave me that one.
Nice.
She was just like, because I get a bit overwhelmed sometimes, as most people do. I get a bit stressed, or like everyone has bad days. And my mum, she said to me when I was having a rough time, she's like, just remember, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, sometimes I forget to get my head out of the negative at the time, and then
it's so easy to be in the fog of things sometimes too, and like especially now we've just got, I feel like this time in our lives is so busy all the time that you can get really distracted and down in the dumps about things. But yeah, that's a good one to say, this it'll eventually pass.
Yeah. And the other one I reckon's quite cool, and I think that I like pass this on to our young fellas quite a lot, is like, those who know how will always work for those who know why.
Yeah.
And I quite like that.
Yeah.
Because it means that our young fellas, they're so into doing, and they can give a lot of themselves when they're doing. Yeah. But it's important to step back and understand the reason why. Yeah. Because once that's where the real power is, and that's where we can get our real point of difference. Yeah. And so a lot of young fellas who don't necessarily see their own trajectory going as far as we can see their potential. Yeah. I always try and bring them back up. Understand the why. Yeah. Rather than just smashing out the work.
Yeah. If there is one thing you hope for people to take away from your kaupapa that you do, what would it be?
I think a lot of the times, especially now, people sometimes keep nature at arm's length. Or even in conservation, people go, oh, I've got to protect this thing by distancing myself from it so that my impact isn't going to affect it. Yeah. And to me, I'm like, nah, like conservation's in the relationship between things. So one thing I want people to walk away with in this time is really one of our strongest actions we can take is actually eating from the bush. Is actually spending time out here in the rivers and really spending time interacting with nature, because we can't protect it if we don't know who it is.
Yeah, what's out there and stuff too, and what you're depleting out too.
Yeah.
It's sort of that out of sight, out of mind thing.
And so many people walk through the bush, hey, there's a tree, there's a fern, there's a moss, but they don't really go, oh, who is that tree? Yeah. Like, that tree's been really generous to us with food and with oxygen and stabilising the landscape. So how do I give back to that particular tree as an entity? So it's kind of, I reckon like understanding who everything is, the only way we can do that is by spending time. Yeah.
The trees are actually cleaning all our air for us. I was like, so when you look at it and like, people are just so quick to cut everything down all the time. Yeah. It's kind of like, why would you? Well,
the West Coast is amazing, like 82% of the West Coast is bush.
Yeah. Where is the most iconic place on the West Coast, do you reckon?
I reckon everyone reckons Punakaiki.
Aye.
And to me, I'm like, yeah, that's iconic. But for me, the place that really resonates with me is this one place by Westport called the Ōkari Estuary.
Right.
And that place just feels incredible. Yeah. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Yet, so. It's stunning. Kahikatea forest and repo and heaps of birds, and there's still cockles and oysters and pātiki and all sorts. Yeah. Beautiful. So for me, like, I think like tourism-wise, there's Punakaiki. Yeah. But for our whanau, for me anyway, it's that Ōkari Estuary, and Roimata would say, oh no, it's the Arahura River. That's where Ponam is. So I think everyone's got their own iconic.
This is the cool part about it. Is like all the questions are always going to be answered completely different, and it sort of gives everyone else that insight. Like, there's so much more here than just Punakaiki or the glaciers or the Hoki Gorge.
Yeah.
You know, you've got so much to go and explore for. What do you think puts the West Coast above all other regions?
I think the West Coast is how everyone nostalgically thinks of Aotearoa. So it's how Aotearoa used to be.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, it's harsh,
Yeah.
but really it's full of small towns, it's full of small communities, and it's how everyone wishes Aotearoa still was.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, as far as visiting or spending time, I think it fills that cup up pretty nicely.
Yeah. What do you wish more people knew about the West Coast?
I think that it's nice in winter.
Yeah.
You know, we're sitting here in the middle of winter. I think people often come to the West Coast during summertime thinking, oh, it's going to be cold, so go to the West, and it's a rainy place, so we go in the summertime. But at this time of year, you get some crisp days like this.
Yeah.
There's snow on the mountains.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning, and I think winter is the time
Yeah.
to come to the West Coast.
Where's your favourite place to visit here on the coast?
Favourite place to visit on the coast? It's a big question, eh? I think for me, there's actually 3 versions of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we talk of the West Coast as a region,
Yeah.
but actually there's like,
It's such a long span. Like, there's just...
it's so diverse, eh?
Yeah.
So for me, like, I love the Arowhata River down South Westland. I just think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think South Westland's incredible. Up in Bulla, I'm a big fan of that Wakari estuary. It's just one of those places that feel good. And the third one's here on the Taramako.
Yeah.
Like, there's Pounamu on the beaches, there's Pārtiki in the lagoons, and there's whitebait that run this river, and Pounamu comes down.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just stunning.
What's a slang word that you've heard that coasters use?
I don't know. For me, I feel like coasters don't understand how I talk most of the time, and I don't understand how coasters talk most of the time. Like at work, they've got a whiteboard up on the wall at work where people can write things up that I say that are either Maori, because I don't realise that I'm using real Maori, or I just have a funny accent.
Yeah.
So I think half the time I don't understand what coasters are saying, and they don't understand what I'm saying.
What is an event that you know of that happens here on the coast?
Well, for us, we have lots of events at the marae.
Yeah.
Lots of events. We had an amazing hautapu that
Is that Tūhuru Marae? Or?
Yeah, up on the Arahura.
Yeah.
Yep. So at Tūhuru, and Auntie Emma, she organised an amazing hautapu at Matariki,
Nice.
which is great. They have lots of rangatahi events. So we turned up here in the first week. They had this huge rangatahi event at the marae with, I think it was 4 bouncy castles, an ice cream machine, face painting, haircuts, all sorts of things. And then they had a whole stack of prizes that, like, you get your name drawn out of. I think Rehua walked away with a drone. So yeah, one thing about coasties, I reckon, just generally when you're here, there's so many community events. People are really community minded. So yeah, I don't know if it's a big wild food festival, or it's the small events that I reckon hold the real spirit of the coast. Yeah.
What's one thing that you wish people would stop doing on the coast?
Got to be careful what I say, I guess, but I feel like I'm not from here, so it's not really my place to say, but it does worry me the level of extraction that happens on the coast here.
Right.
This is my children's whenua. They will inherit this land once we've passed on, and so for me it's quite concerning, the level of extraction that goes on here. Very traditional practices when it comes to some of our land use practices here. I'm not going to single anyone out, but I think culturally we need to move away on the coast from such an extractive model and actually look at, again, what our relationship with the land is, and if it's taking, well, we've got to be giving back. And I think at the moment it's very much on the side of taking, and this beautiful place won't last forever like this.
No, we've got no plan B.
Yep, if we continue that, and quite frankly, I'm keen for my kids to inherit a landscape that still has a lot of wealth in it.
Where's your favourite place to eat on the coast?
Oh, Rehua Te Kōtuku Sandwich Company is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
Joseph's going to be wrecked with that.
Yeah, no, I like Rehua Te Kōtuku Sandwich Company. That's just my language, is sandwiches like that. They're like an old school roll.
Yeah.
Oh, just
and
delicious.
because it's all local produce and stuff too, so you know you're really eating from off of the land when you're getting one of those sandwiches as well.
It's wholesome, eh?
Yeah, real wholesome.
And the other place I go is probably Monty's Brewery, eh?
Yeah.
They do a good burger there.
What does the West Coast mean to you?
Well, for me, it's where my wife's from. It's the place that grew my wife.
Yeah.
And she's probably the most valuable thing in my life. So for me, I'm just very fortunate that the coast has grown that beautiful Potini princess that came north and met me, and then, you know, for me it's where part of my, it's where my kids whakapapa to as well, you know. So for me it's whanau, it's wealth and it's identity for my children. As someone who's an outsider, it's really great to have my children really strongly identifying as Wairoi and West Coasters, because everything that comes with that is just incredible. It's so much abundance. Pounamu, flounder, whitebait.
Does it really rain here a lot?
Yeah. I think in the first 3 months that we were here, we had 10 sunny days.
Yeah.
It rains here a lot.
So in 3 words, describe the coast.
Raw, wild, and wholesome.
Where do you think would be the best place to watch a sunset on the West Coast?
The mouth of the Taramako, hands down, I reckon. Serpentine Creek.
Last question is, what do you recommend for me to do here?
For you to do here?
Yeah.
I reckon come for a floundering mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
Do you eat flounder?
I actually did, I've had flounder when I was a kid.
It's a real nice white flaky fish, and because the rivers here on the West Coast are so clean, the quality of Pārtiki, the quality of flounder is top notch.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really, really appreciate it. And for everyone else, if you want to see any more details about this kōrero, I'll be sharing that all in the description. So thank you.
Me.
Too easy.